Fire Star's one of those videos that some people don't want me to do because that's how they make their MT, and then some people want me to do it because they don't know how to make MT. So right now, some people are gonna be happy, some people are not gonna be happy. But this right here though, like this right here is like a really good way of making MT, especially right now in NBA 2K19, like early on. If you guys didn't know, like silver players are going for so much MT, as you can tell. Like some of these are sold like 4,000. I sold this guy for 8,000. Jody Meeks 9,000. Like these silvers be going for so much MT. And pretty much what you have to do is you go into the auction house. You know, you go silver. You want to do like 500 to about like, I usually do about like 1,000. You could go a little bit higher. You definitely want to see like what has value. You know, this Miller card, like I'm gonna pick up Miller just because like for 1,000, like if you go to the auction house, that was actually perfect as I'm recording this. But you know, you want to check out Miller really quickly. You know, he might not be like, you know, the 10,000 one, but you know, if you get them consistently, you'll be making MT. That right there actually worked out perfectly as I'm recording this. So like I said, you know, you got it for 1,000, cheapest one 1.45. And the best thing about like the market right now is that sometimes like you might get a card and then you check his price and you're like, okay, he's only going for like 2,000. But then you check like 30 minutes later and he's going for like 5,000, 10,000. That happened to Jody Meeks. I ended up getting it for like, I think like 1,000. I checked, he was like going for like 3,000, 4,000. And I just didn't put it up at that time because I was, you know, in the middle of my stream. And like I was about to start streaming. And so I didn't put it up. But then I put it up and I sold for 10,000 like literally a day later. So keep that in mind. You know, you can definitely go a little bit higher. Now, usually, you know, you want to go a little bit higher just to see, like, the players that you don't want to be getting. So, like, Pat, you don't want to be getting. OG, you know, this guy, I don't really see him, so I'm going to pick him up real quick. Ian Clark might actually be a good one, too, so I'm going to pick him up as well. Alright, so I'm going to beat me to it. DJ Wilson, though, let me check how much he's going for. You definitely got to know how much players are going for, obviously, in the auction house. Wilson, though, let's see how much are you going for, buddy. So he's going for, like, over 2,000 MT. Really good. I mean, we got it for 1,000. Now, you're not going to be making, like, you know, 5,000 MT every single time, but you do have a chance of making more. This is pretty cheap, too, 1.4. If you wait, like, it's going to sell, you'll be fine. But, yeah, you'll definitely get lucky. You could also end up going, you know, you want to go, like, conference, maybe, like, West. I think the East Conference is, like, a little bit better. You get to go a little bit higher on the filter. But you definitely just want to go through the auction house. You want to get some players that, you know, go for a good amount. Now, this could get it a little bit, you know, what's like the best way to describe it? Like, it can get boring, you know, when you go through the auction house. You know, for example, like I got lucky right there. I got a couple, you know, silvers for like 1,000. But you know, when you're refreshing, sometimes you don't find anything. You know, you're taking, you know, you're going nice and slow. You know, Ian Clark over here. How much is Ian Clark? I just want to know how much he's going for. Like, I'm just very curious. He's like 1.5. Okay. I'm just curious to see. Now, you can definitely pick him up too, make a little bit of MT. Like I said, if you get like 20 silvers, and like I just showed you, I just ended up getting like 3 just now. But yeah, something else that you could do is obviously, if you don't want to be going like, you don't want to be scrolling, or maybe you just don't want to sit here being like, you know, like refreshing. That's the one I bought. So okay, these are sometimes it glitches and it shows again. But you know, if you don't want to be like, you know, refreshing like this. You know, just because you just don't, you know, sometimes you don't find anything, because you gotta, you know, keep in mind that sometimes you won't be able to find anything. Like, sometimes you see one for like 500, you know, but I do want to warn you guys that when everybody starts getting the game, which I think is gonna be like Tuesday, or like Monday night, a lot of people are gonna be opening packs, you know, so keep that in mind. Like, you definitely want to use this filter when people are opening packs. Something else that you can do, like if you don't want to be, you know, just refreshing every single time, you could also be going to your collection. So you go to like your collection, right? You want to go to maybe what's a really good team? I think I mean, those are like some collections have more value than others because like they're a little bit more rare. But you can go like maybe let's take a look at let's go with the Magic. The Magic are pretty good. So you want to go maybe, you know, if you're completing a collection, you know, you want to just refresh. You know, you can definitely go through here. You know, if you want to go through like the cards, like this guy right here, like, oh my goodness, like 10K. You know, if you scroll, you know, around 5.9, like you can definitely do this. That's another way of doing it in case you don't just want to be like refreshing and then see like no search, you know, pop up every single time. So this right is another way of doing it. Just go to your collection. You know, you definitely do have to, you'll take your time, you know, scrolling. But this is like, in case you're not like fast enough, like when you're, you know, trying to get, like a silver for like 500, you might get out sniped by someone else. With this right here, you know, you get to go nice and slow, take your time. You know, if a card goes for like 1,000, you know, just move on. You know, the silver ones though are the ones that have value. Let me get to like the silver real quick. The silvers, you know, like this guy 4,000. You definitely wanna, you know, maybe you might see him for like 2,000. It wouldn't be in the silver filter because, you know, it's not, you know, 1,000 or 1.5. But you can definitely make MT that way too. Just go through the auction house. The Magic collection seems to be like pretty expensive. You know, you might get lucky. You might not get lucky. You know, with the auction house, you know, it's all about luck sometimes. You just gotta hit like the refresh at the perfect time. Just like how I started recording, like, you know, I just got like a couple for 1,000. You know, even though I didn't make like 7,000 MT like my other ones, you know, you still, it adds up. You know, you definitely, especially with everybody, you know, just being like, oh, it's a silver, I'm just gonna put it for like 500. It doesn't matter. And, you know, that's how you make your MT. And that right there is pretty much how you make MT right now if you do want to, like, you know, be sniping in the auction house. If you do ever get bored of, like, you know, sniping in the auction house, you know, maybe you're just like refreshing, you know, trying to get something, like, you know, just searching and you're bored. You know, I'd be streaming a lot on Twitch, so like if you want to have me in the background, you know, twitch.tv/CarlosStory, follow me there. You know, we usually like try to like snipe together, even though I haven't really been doing, you know, too much sniping. I've been like grinding out the game modes and stuff like that. So, you know, that's something that you could do. I'd be streaming on Twitch every single day. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like if you guys want to see more videos like this, more tips on the auction house. There's definitely more ways of making MT. This version is like the very basic one. So if you guys do want to see more videos like that, I'll be uploading Sniper Story episode 1 very soon. And more tips like this, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on. That way you know exactly when, you know, the videos go live. And then you know when, you know, cards are going to be going up, you know, in the, you know, or when videos are going to be going up. You know, that you can make MT right away. But that is going to be the video. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, hundreds on my bed, texting with the bill. Roses in my wallet, and I'm flexing it for real. Racks and racks and racks, I look like rookie of the year.